My girlfriend cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend, got pregnant and made me believe the child was mine. I, 25-year M, got cheated on by my 22-year F old girlfriend with her ex-boyfriend, and she made me believe the baby she was carrying was mine. I met this girl about a year and 6 months ago. The relationship kicked off nicely. She was a nice girl, at least I thought, and she was very pretty too. Our relationship was smooth sailing in the beginning, although we had issues here and there like any other couple. She was staying about 30-40 minutes from my place. I am already a young professional who has already finished school and kickstarting his career. She was in the course of completing her studies in a local university in the same town. So this meant she was staying at a student accommodation/residence, as they call it. You will remember how that setting is during our college life, when students would do all sorts of nasty things to each other when they are all under the same roof. I did not have a problem with this, as she would visit me regularly, almost every week and weekends most of the time. Things took a turn of the worst when the visits started becoming less frequent, and she would always claim she is busy or whatever silly excuse she had at the time. I didn't want to be selfish and want to have her all to myself with the little time she has to herself, considering she was a student, and most of her time outside of school she would spend with me. That was my mistake. The visits became less frequent, and this bothered me as time went by because I had suspicions she was starting to spend time with somebody else. However, I didn't think too much into it, as I thought, oh no, she is an innocent girl, and would never for whatever reason do such a thing to me given how good our relationship was. Wrong. I later discovered that she had been secretly meeting up with one of the ex-boyfriends who goes to the same college as her. How I found out would need me to write another Reddit story. I confronted her about it, and she had no choice but to admit it, as I presented her with an overwhelming amount of evidence proving the fact. At this point, I also found out they have slept together, and I just wanted to know why. Why did she betray my trust like that, and what led her to the said incident, as I have been nothing but good to her? She insisted she was in a bad space and needed someone to talk to, and one thing led to the other, and she was sorry. She told me she would understand if I cannot forgive her of this act, as she is fully aware how wrong of her that was, and she would understand if I want nothing to do with her. I should have listened. I should have listened to her then. Because what is about to follow is a series of events that led to her making me believe the child she was carrying was mine. We talked things out, and she apologized, and I had fully forgiven her for this, as she was sincere and sorry about what she did. Fast forward to 3 months later, we find out she is pregnant. Surprise! At this time, she had told me that she had cut all communication with her ex-boyfriend, and they weren't in contact in any way. I later discovered that she told him about the pregnancy. However, did not tell him that she was actually in a relationship, and there is a potential father of this child, as she already knew what she had done. I confronted her about this, and she confessed that she contacted him, yes, but her reasons were that she wanted him to back off, so that she can continue living her life with me, who is the father of her child and partner. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I will now fast forward to when the baby was born, and I went to visit them soon, weeks after she went to labor. I spent time with them and everything was nice. We were happy that we were having a baby, and I was super excited of the idea that I am now a father. There were conversations preceding her going into labor between us pertaining the paternity of the baby, and I explicitly asked her, "Is there by any chance I am not the father of this baby?" She reassured me that I am the father, and I should not be worried about me not fathering the child. Also, I was not about to question a heavily pregnant woman about the paternity of what could potentially be our baby. That made me feel horrible, and I stopped questioning her about this. Coming back to when the baby was born, 2 months after the baby was born, I later discovered that she had again rekindled her relationship with the said ex-boyfriend, and she was bringing the child for him to see behind my back. Mind you, this guy does not know that there is already an existing father of this baby. At this point, I catch her out in the act, and her whole lie is unrevealed. We fight over this, and I request a DNA test done so we can finish this and rule out any uncertainty. We continue to be a couple and raise the baby together. However, I told her it was only fair for the other alleged father to also contribute towards the maintenance of the child until all facts are on the table, as I had been the one supporting them throughout her pregnancy and postpartum. This happens for a period of about 2 months before the DNA test is done. Early this year, the results came out saying I am not the father of this child. I am distraught, to say the least. I am disappointed in myself, and for putting so much trust in one person who did nothing but break it, and my heart into pieces. I have since kicked them out of my place with her child, and told them they can go live their happy lives with their newly found family. To be honest, this hurts me so much. I don't go a day without thinking about them. I have already formed a solid bond with what was to be my child, not to mention my said ex-girlfriend. All the life I knew and was preparing myself for is all gone now. I'm miserable as hell. Now for the top comments. Bro, get your shit together. She's not worth it. She'll just keep getting in and out of relationships and having children here and there, believe me. I know her kind. You dodged a bullet. Lessons learned. Lesson learned. Now go visit her best friend and sister, no contact. Work on yourself, reflect, improve as a person. Don't bring baggage from this clusterfuck to your next relationship. Go easy on yourself. The kid in the hoe will soon not be in your every waking thought. She will be a life wrecker for someone else. It's true, it's all your fault, but I'm not saying this to judge you. I'm a mystic and I believe the universe is a mirror and reflects what you project. The universe treated you exactly how you treated yourself, and it so happens because of this you found yourself entangled with this individual who plays the harlot perfectly. She played the part you needed her to play to experience in 3D what you have been imagining in 4D. This also doesn't mean people play the same part all their lives, but will continue to play their part as long as you play the part of the sucker. Once you come to your senses and choose a different part to play, or a different state of mind, then all current actors in your life must either conform to your new state or disappear from your life. I understand this all may sound strange, but I see clearly how all this happened and happens. That being said, it still sucks. What you must do is let it all go, and understand that you must move out of this victim state, or it could lead you right back to another woman just like her. I know it sounds like I'm dismissing the part this woman played, but it's never our job to judge or punish, because we all get what is coming to us, good or bad. This must be the realest comment out of them all. I see it exactly like this. I mean, she's not absolved of her shortcomings. It did come to the orbit of my senses that at some point I let the ball roll by myself. I am not entirely oblivious of those facts. It just sucks when I actually realize it. But it's whatever right now. Just be glad you found out now, and you didn't marry the cheating harlot. You got a clean break, buddy. No child support, no alimony, and no dead weight on you. I feel for the baby daddy, though. He is stuck with that 403 for life. In the end, buddy, you won. You won your freedom, your time, and your attention so you can give it to a much better and deserving woman. Only 2 months and she damaged you horribly. Thank God you kicked her out. I'm sorry, but this is on you. The minute she spread her legs for him and you found out is when you walk away. Fuck this second chance shit. Everyone knows if she can lay down with another man, suck his dick and let him come in her, she has zero respect for you. You were only security and money, he was dick and fun. Women will ruin your life so easy and not give a fuck about the consequences it causes you. Do you know how many good men are raising children that are not theirs because the woman had an affair with a piece of trash man, good time man, big dick man, who could not financially take care of her and they become pregnant? They don't want to lose their home and security, so they tell the good man, oh, it's yours, how dare you question that? So the answer is 35% of fathers are not the real father, and that's worldwide stats. But in my state, if you sign the birth certificate, you are financially responsible for that child. Even when you find out through DNA, you are not. It costs thousands of dollars to hire an attorney and take your case before the court, and until you are heard, you are still responsible for that child. And of course, when it is proven you are not the father, nothing happens to the woman, and 99% of the time they aren't even ordered by the court to pay you back. I mean, I'm glad you're moving on, but you honestly brought this on yourself when you took her back for cheating the first time. So for that, I can't say I feel sorry. You kinda had this coming. It was just a matter of time. Now for the next story. Girlfriend, 25, cheated for 10 months, found out she was raped in the past and has BPD. I, 25, was in a relationship with my GF, 24, for 5 years, living together for 4 years. We had an amazing relationship, happy and almost never arguing. In retrospective, I realized she had some issues with attachment, wanting to spend almost every minute together, panic attacks thinking she will lose me, etc. 1.5 years ago, I've become a lawyer, and I had a period of stress, when I complain a lot, and pretty much given her not so much attention. I always loved her and tried to do better. I was just in a bad place. But I always talked with her and apologized for my bad behavior. After 4 months, she wanted to leave me, but give me another chance, and we turned things around and had a happy relationship, at least in my eyes. In the last few months, she always said she didn't love me as before, but that she still loves me. In January, she started feeling bad, and told me initially that it's because she thought of another man in that period when we weren't in the best place. Then 1 week ago she told me she kissed the guy once, and last Saturday, told me she had sex with him once. I was devastated. I cried uncontrollably and just asked her many times, why did you lie to me? Last 5 days, we spent all the time together. She changed the story a couple of times, and then confessed that she started speaking with him 10 months ago, that it was off and on, just to get support, and when he didn't give it because there wasn't anything sexual, she accepted to do it twice. First I thought it was my fault, but after speaking with each other and going to therapy, 1 session each, we realized that she hates herself, always did. and that she loved me, but when she realized she was wrong, she just hated herself for doing what she was doing, that she thought she didn't deserve my love and wanted to destroy our relationship. She never said it wasn't 100% her fault, and is very remorseful and wants to turn things around. Therapy, etc. Knowing that I asked for time to see what my decision will be. She realized she has abandonment issues and a lot of symptoms of BPD, and also, last night said that she was raped the first 3 times she had sex. It is just too much to cope with right now. I know that she is 100% to blame, and she is in denial now about the rape and doesn't think it connects. But I know it does. Basically, at 17 she was forced to give a BJ, pushing her head and doing it out of fear. She lost her virginity after being drunk by this guy that then followed her to the bathroom. She never gave consent and only remembers fractures of the moment. And thirdly, she never consented to anal sex and was a brutal act. She bled 4 days after. I'm going through a lot right now. I know she did a lot of bad things, and also bad things were done to her. She has a coping mechanism that she always smiles and laughs when she thinks of bad stuff, and she's doing it all the time now. I just wanted to vent. I'm going to therapy and see if I can forgive her and give her another chance or not, and she's going as well to Rape Crises Center out of today. She reads about her problem and books about saving our relationship. I feel like I'm in a nightmare. A week ago, I thought about proposal, and now I'm broken from the affair, and from what I learn about my GF. Any thoughts? Now for the top comments. Fellow BPD sufferer. It isn't an excuse. The most important things is this. No one has your own mental well-being as a priority except you. Look after yourself. Let her get the help she needs. I think that you should support her as much as you're able, but not at a cost to yourself. It's horrible what she's went through, but she's not the only one dealing with intense emotions, an uncertain future and pain. You should absolutely end your relationship. She's hopefully going to come out of therapy a better and stronger person, but not the one you fell in love with. That person would be thankfully gone, and perhaps in time, she will become someone you can trust. However, at the moment, she's not trustworthy and not a partner. For almost a fifth of your relationship, she's been with someone else, almost certainly looking for that someone a lot longer. She consistently made the choices and decisions to lie and betray you, creating a deep emotional connection and dependency, and inevitably giving her body to them. No matter her state of mind or the reasons, you cannot be with someone who you cannot trust, and made their supportive, happy, and affair part of their life with you. So support her if you can, but protect yourself and try to bring others into this to create a support network. If not for her, then yourself. Good luck. I like this reply, but I just couldn't believe her about her sexual assault. She lied to OP. Also, I believe he's not responsible for her physical or mental health. She lost that right when she cheated. He needs to think about himself and his future. I also think she lost the expectation of any kind of support the moment she started looking outside for emotional and sexual intimacy. However, OP may still have feelings or at least empathy to help her. If she has a strong support group, family, friends, then that might make it easier for him to disentangle himself. Rationally, there's no reason for him to be involved or feel guilty about that, but it's a difficult ask for a lot of people. Bro, she has lied to you and has been lying to you. I can't trust her about her history. It's time for you to leave. You cannot keep being in this relationship if there is no trust. You deserve someone who is loyal and respects you. I'm going to assume you have a great income and asset base on your career choice.